It wasn't until I hired a coach that said, listen, you're doing this wrong, bro. What are you doing? Every time you do this, you do this. Or last week you did this and now you're doing this. All right, so you scrolling on YouTube, you watching shorts, you probably even listen to audiobooks, and you still haven't reinvented yourself. I'm going to show you how I did it. So this past year, I reinvented myself. If you don't know who I am, my name is Vlad, and I reinvented myself, and it started with a breakup. This chick broke my heart a few years ago, and when she did that, I felt like a failure in life. I felt like I just wanted to sleep all day. I didn't want to go outside. I didn't want to improve. I didn't feel like I was worthy. And reinventing myself wasn't even close to what I felt like I could do. That wasn't even on my mind. I didn't even think it was possible. I didn't even want to function. I didn't want to live. So it brings me to my first point. You have to learn from your mistakes. Guys, I was simping. I was in this breakup. Nobody's perfect. You have to look internal and you have to understand where you was at. So I easily could have been like, oh, this girl, she was out here doing me dirty. She did me dirty, pointing the finger, this and that. What was you doing during the breakup? What was you doing? So I was simping, I was texting her, blowing up her phone, needy and this and that. Who wants to be with somebody like that? Nobody. So that's the first step, guys. Understanding your failures. If you in the breakup, learning from the breakup, learning from your mistakes, learning on what you did wrong. See, most people don't do that. Most people think they could just a light is just gonna come down and just save them, bro. You gotta look internally and see where you messed up. Where did you fuck up? Excuse my language, I don't be cursing, but where did you F up, bro? So I had to look down deep, man. I was like, man, who wants to be with somebody like that? Am I communicating confidently? Am I the guy that she wants to be with? Or am I the person that I will mess with? Do you mess with you? Because I'm telling you right now, nobody, no girl, no person is going to validate you the way you could validate you. So as cliche as it sounds, you might heard it before. You got to learn how to date yourself, man. Do you want to be with you? Do you mess with you? If the answer is no, then why do you think that girl's not gonna mess with you? She ain't gonna mess with you. So I had to learn from my mistakes, man. I had to learn from the breakup, all of it. I had to learn from all of it. All right? So the next thing, guys, is understanding my strengths and my weaknesses. So listen, man, you really have to understand this. And you're not going to understand this if you don't hire somebody. I'm just being honest right now. Man, I was like you. I was scrolling on YouTube trying to find these nuggets here and there, listening to audiobooks here and there, doing this here and there. Man, it wasn't until I hired a coach that said, listen, you're doing this wrong, bro. What are you doing? Every time you do this, you do this. Or last week you did this and now you're doing this. You're not going to have somebody, you're not going to change unless you have somebody hold you accountable. You're just not. Because you're gonna think you're gonna lie to yourself thinking you're doing right. You're gonna lie to yourself thinking you're going the right path and everything is all good. Because human beings are like that. Oh, everything's all good. It's cool. I'll get my stuff on YouTube, or I'll get this on here, and I'll read this on my own, and this and that. ChatGPT, that's the new thing. ChatGPT. Man, you're not gonna improve like that. You gotta have some eyeballs on you, being like, "Yo, you're messing up right here." But you know what? You did good right here. I like the way you did right here. That was good. Somebody's going to show you what you're doing right. Sometimes somebody's going to show you what you're doing wrong. You got to have both. And it wasn't until I hired somebody, man, I was able to do that, man. Got a business coach and a fitness coach, bro. You got to invest that. You got to invest the money. All right? So the next thing, guys, is you got to create your goals. You see it all the time. Have goals. Yeah, obviously you got to have goals. But a lot of people don't know how exactly to have goals. You might just be thinking you having goals and that's good enough. No, that's not good enough. You have to write your goals down and have a date specifically to achieve that goal. And even on top of that, having a vision and how you're going to feel when you achieve that goal. For example, I will lose 10 pounds in the next 3 months. I will lose 10 pounds by October, what's today? October 28th, whatever. Then have a vision on how you're going to feel when you achieve that goal. What does this 10 pounds mean to you? What is it going to look like for you? When you achieve this 10 pounds, what's the first thing you're going to do, man? How's this 10 pounds going to change your life? You really got to go in deep because humans are emotional. And it's only going to be from some emotion that's going to help you take action. Pain or pleasure. So you really have to go in deep and write down your goals. So what I do is I write down my goals right here on this pad in the morning and in the night. So you got to really go in deep and writing down your goals. All right. So next thing is getting in shape. Guys, if you just follow this one task, this will absolutely reinvent yourself more than anything that we talked about. Just by getting in shape, you will reinvent yourself because most guys are not in shape. Most guys are just walking through life, walking around. And I live in New York City, man. I go to the gym. They the same for years, man. I went to this gym this morning. I haven't been to that gym in years. Tell me how I seen the same people in the same shape years ago going to the gym. Most people are not in shape. If you just get in shape, man, that will change your life. It will change your life. Because once you get in shape, it starts to open other areas in your life. Dating won't be a problem. Business won't be a problem. Because you'll start to internally believe in yourself, man. Like, I'm in shape. I'm in shape, brother. You can't tell me nothing. I'm in shape. So that's what you need, man. And you see it all the time. Oh, it's harder to get a six-pack than millionaire. That's what people are saying right now. It's harder to get a six-pack than being a millionaire. So if that's the case, then you know for a fact that getting in shape is probably the hardest thing you could do. So that will lead you to the millions. That will lead you to whatever it is you want in life, whatever it is you want. So if you just take this one advice, that will lead you towards reinventing yourself. That will reinvent yourself cold-heartedly. And you'll see it, man. People start to treat you differently. Your life starts to open up. Opportunities start to open up after you get in shape. It's that if that's one thing, that will help reinvent yourself by far. All right? So, and last but not least, guys, starting a business or a venture is one way to reinvent yourself, man. See, a lot of times people aim for this safety net, comfortability. And I was just like that, man. I just want a secure job, that nice check coming in 2 weeks. But if you're comfortable with your situation, you're not going to reinvent yourself. If you're comfortable where you at, you're not going to reinvent yourself. And it don't matter where you at in life, man. Whether you got a high six-figure job or you working at McDonald's, it don't matter where you life. If you comfortable where you at, you ain't going to reinvent yourself, man. You could be working a 9-to-5 McDonald's, but if you're hungry, I would bet on that guy more than I bet on the guy working in the office building making 6 figures plus, comfortable. Because that guy's hungry. He's not comfortable where he's at. That's where you need to be. You can't be comfortable where you are. So starting a venture, starting a business, going that route, having a 9-to-5, but not being comfortable, having that 5 to 9, what people saying. You know what I'm saying? That's going to help you reinvent yourself because you ain't comfortable with your situation. You growing, you getting better, you reading the books, you starting the business, you doing that. Man, that's going to reinvent yourself, man. People going to be like, yo, what's going on with you, bro? Not going out. People going out on the weekends. You staying in. You reinventing yourself. You doing whatever it takes to reinvent you. Because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take everything you got to reinvent yourself. It's not going to just fall on your lap. It's going to take everything you have to reinvent yourself. So if you do all these 5 things, man, it's going to be no question. Be like, yo, who is this person? He reinvented himself. Clearly, he got in shape. He started a new business. He hired a coach. He learned from his past failures. So if you want to reinvent yourself, man, follow these motives, follow these steps, and man, you're going to reinvent yourself, man. Clearly, bro. All right, guys, hit the like button, subscribe, and we got more content coming for you in the near future. One out.